Hey guys, it's Josh. I hope you're having a good day. So in my last video, I went over the current state of Tesla's full self-driving beta system. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. I think that it is possible for Tesla to deploy Robotaxi service in the near term, next year for instance. So in this video, I'm going to lay out why I think that is and what I think will actually happen. So for my first video, I laid out why I believe 3 of the 4 driving responsibility areas are either ready today or can be improved within the year to make the Robotaxi business viable. So I'm going to skip those areas as I don't see them preventing the service launch. So the one area that definitely isn't ready is planning. So for recap, planning takes navigation, maps, and the vector space as an input. And the output is a plan, which is essentially a vector for the car to follow through the world in both bearing and velocity. The plan is visualized by the tentacle on the display. Currently, it seems navigation strongly controls the planner, and I believe it's too strong of control. Inherently, map data is always out of date, and as such, navigation requirements are always going to have issues. For example, here we can see the planner decided to move into the right lane suddenly. Comfort and time-wise, this was a very poor result from the planner. However, there's also many examples of brilliant planning work. Like in this example, you can see the car flawlessly drove through this 130-degree corner with ease. So I've demonstrated that the planner can do an excellent job today despite being the weakest area. So how do we make this planner technology viable? What I'm proposing is a new FSD feature, which I'm calling the intersection classifier. So first, let's look at a simple example, an image classifier. So the classic example is that of the handwritten number classifier. The neural net is able to classify each image as a single-digit integer. So the input is an image of a handwritten number, and the output is an integer. So it turns an image into a number, which can then be used by other pieces of software. Now, how does our intersection classifier work? Its input would be an upcoming intersection that the FSD system is going to have to traverse, potentially. Its output would be the confidence in how likely the system is to succeed in that intersection or maneuver. The output would then inform navigation about how to direct the car to maximize this value. Currently, the navigation selects for the shortest time or distance and doesn't think about complexity at all, at least as far as I can tell. Which, if that's true, that's actually quite profound. If they are in fact still using the same old navigation software which optimizes for time and speed efficiency, that really speaks to their belief in the full self-driving beta software. By using this new feature, we could effectively avoid intersections and maneuvers that are inherently difficult for the system. I think making concessions and designing around weaknesses of the system is a fine approach for solving the problem. However, here's what I think they will actually do. I believe Tesla is dead set to make a superhuman system that works throughout the entire US at once. They want a general solution, and that makes a lot of sense in the long term. I believe they'll refuse to make concessions to the technology or to their design decisions. I also don't expect they will do anything similar, designing a feature like I've described, but with slightly different functionality that makes a concession to issues. But for example, if they simply blocked the system from navigating through unprotected left-hand turns, you would see instant improvement in the performance of the system at the cost of additional navigation time. This is the approach that Waymo and others has taken, and I think it makes a lot of sense. But given that Tesla didn't do this with even their most basic FSD beta system that they released to public beta testers over a year ago, I don't think they'll ever do a similar approach. So to wrap it up, I do believe that they could launch a viable Robotaxi business within the year, with the system largely the way it is today. However, I don't think they will make any concessions and instead will forge ahead on a general solution that can handle anything. I do think their approach makes sense for a scalable solution, but it may still be many years until it's viable to launch with this method. So that's all I've got for you today, and again, be sure to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and have a nice day. Cheers.